Why you have bad habits but you don't change them. You can think about you don't go to the gym, or you go to sleep too late, or you can think about smoking or not healthy food. I'm going to explain you in this video why you do that and why you're not changing your habits, your bad habits, and have a better life. My name is Guido de Valk. I'm a medical doctor and the founder of the School for Authenticity, and an expert in conscious creation. Means how to create a life that really matches what you want in life, how to become your true self. Okay, let's go back to the topic. We all know that it is unhealthy to smoke. I've been a general practitioner for quite some time in my life, and then I tell the patients with really lung problems they should quit smoking, and they say, yes, doctor, I know, you know, but they don't do. They don't do. We all know what we know, and we also know that it is unhealthy to eat too much junky food, or that it's unhealthy to stay in a job that you don't like, or that it is unhealthy that you are drinking too much, etc., etc. But we all don't do. Interesting, right? So there's probably some kind of separation between knowing and doing. One of my best friends, unfortunately she died not so long ago, she really had a big problem with this, because the moment she really wants to do something and she wanted to start her business in her own way, she, instead of going to do what she did, she wants to know more and more and more. I think you know also these people who are really ready for making a better life, but they are still continuing learning. Yeah. Now let's separate this. Yeah. Let's separate this knowing and doing, because it's important if you want to change this, that you know how to separate it. Yeah. Now let's write here knowing and here doing. Yeah. So knowing means that you know the plan, that you know the reason, that you know the theory, you know, things like that. That is all knowing. Knowing have to do with knowing, with your intelligence. Now, because you're here, you constantly can think more and more and more. Here it has to do with that you really want to keep control. Right? This is really about keeping control, knowing. And because you keep on knowing, you keep on control, you are constantly thinking of something else what you can do. You can ask ChatGPT, or you can ask Cloud or whatever, and you constantly will think something else, because you're in that knowing process. You want to be in control. Okay, now suppose you start doing. Doing is all to do with acting, right? Acting. Just doing, acting. Oh, sorry. Let's raise it a bit. So, acting. Yeah. Now, what will happen when people act? They act 1 day, they act 2 days, they act 3 days. Let's say you want to start your own business about that friend of mine. And you act. And what will happen with that action? The more and more fear will come up. And because the fear will come up because they act. And they act not in the present moment, they act for the future. Fear will coming up, what will happen? That they get more and more fear. You know, let's take here fear. Again, the fear. And because of the fear, what they will do, they will want to know more. And then you are in a certain cycle. And it's the cycle of that you keep on knowing more and more instead of doing. But the fact of creating your great life is all to do with doing and not with knowing. You will know the right thing at the moment you need to know, but you don't need to know it up front. You have to trust that you will know it on the right time. And that's easy said, but not so easily done. And there's a simple trick to get things done instead of that you constantly stick in that knowing. Before I'm going to do that, why people want to know, I said already, it's about control. Yeah? And control have to do with let's write it this time in red. Control, yeah, have all to do with that you want to have influence on the outcome. Yeah, and that is really, really, really never the truth. It will never be like that. You can never have influence on the outcome. Better is to have influence on your actions. Yeah? And how to make influence on your actions is that you are influence on your actions. Actions is that you use math, just mathematics. Dus instead of try to control your thinking, try to control your actions. And put there all your attention. And for sure you have known about this before, that if you do one step at the end of a year, you have done 365 steps. You have done almost half a kilometer. Yeah? So instead of thinking, what you do is to use the math and you do one step a day. And you focus on that. On the moment that you focus on that, for sure you will have done 365 steps. On this path, for sure, you also will realize that there is fear coming. Also during the step a day, the fear will coming. And then you will go back to the old system of thinking too much and trying to control it. Be then aware that you can move your habit in controlling your feeling and controlling your fear. Because again, all about fear, if you are able to see the fear not as an enemy, which you have to beat with the thinking, but you see it as the doorway, then you can keep on doing a step a day. Interesting, right? Okay, now a short summary. We talk now about knowing and not doing. People want to know more and more and more in a way because they want to control their fear. But you can never control your fear because your fear is your doorway to your true self. And by doing every day one step and try to control the focus on your steps, you will walk towards your true self. If you find it interesting and if it resonates enough, then I will invite you to download a free book. And that free book is called Fear is Your Guide. And you can find information how to download it in the description below. And I wish to see you in my next video.